Okay.
You are able to see it.
Let me see. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm seeing your screen.
Okay, cool. So yeah, I intermittently I've learned about trading for the past close to 10 years, to be completely honest with you.
Mm.
I've understood how it works and all that stuff, but a few months ago is when I decided to take it seriously, and I really want this to be my main gig, you know.
Yeah.
So that was a few months ago, and I've been searching for people that I can learn from, and I came across a few guys that teach what I'm about to show you,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, I mean, it's worked out well sometimes,
Mm-hmm.
but I've always looked at your videos, and I love the consistency of you just trading anywhere, with several assets,
Mm-hmm.
and just using price action and nothing else. I mean, I think that's very fascinating, and the fact that you show live trades on your videos, it's refreshing, honestly, and I would love to see what you see, and
Mm-hmm.
learn how you do this, honestly.
Yeah.
So
Thank you, man. I appreciate the comments.
that's
So have you, when you said you learned this stuff, did you take courses? Like, were they paid courses or were they just people you met online?
mostly, honestly, free stuff, free videos, like free strategies on like YouTube, Reddit, and I've tried a few. I paid for some, like, quote unquote mentorships, but
Hmm.
they never really went anywhere, to be completely honest with you.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying there aren't any good ones out there, but yeah, you have to be lucky. Some people they just yeah they fool people. I have a sense that this yeah this space the trading space has become more of a business instead of
Yes.
a like a learning experience. But we can let's start. So you said you had a model. I said you said it was something. It had to do with break and retest.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So
Yeah. It is.
can you explain to me what it is and what you're looking for?
Sure, sure, sure. Let me give you an example. Right here, we only trade Nasdaq.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
And the reason is that there's always, well, not always, but uh, we often find some correlation between the S&P 500 and the Nasdaq movements.
Mm-hmm.
And so what we do is this. Basically, the first thing is to look for supports and resistances in H4.
Okay.
So in this case, I already did that, but yeah, that have been retested and that have been respected recently in H4. So in this case, this one that has been retested a couple times,
Mm-hmm.
and then this one at the top, of course.
Okay.
And we take it until the last wick. Like, that's how we mark the levels.
Mm-hmm.
Um, the What we do after is do the same thing, but in the 5-minute chart. So in this case, this is what I'm seeing right now,
Mm-hmm.
and these are the important levels according to what the price is doing right now. This I marked in red the H4 level,
Mm-hmm.
and the M5 is basically this one right here. I could also potentially debatable, but maybe this one as well. I mean, it's whatever.
Yeah. So, but
Or
would you go short here now because it's hitting the purple? I don't know what's it like the purple zone, like you marked that one. So it hit the
I
bottom
marked
one.
this one.
Yeah.
So I marked this one because it's a support zone, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm not necessarily gonna go long or short. It depends on what the price does when market opens,
Okay.
because what we do is wait for market open when the
Mm-hmm.
volatility starts flying in Nasdaq,
Mm-hmm.
and then we see what the price does. And so in this example, um, if and we also have the 50 SMA as a reference, but
Mm-hmm.
if it goes up, this is what I would do. I would wait I would wait for the price to do this, go up,
Mm-hmm.
close above this purple level,
Mm-hmm.
and then I would look for a retest at this level right here.
Okay.
And if the price struggles in this area,
Mm-hmm.
then I put a long, and it's gonna be a 20 or 25 point. It depends. I'm gonna put a 20 pips stop loss, and then the risk to reward we always do 2 to 1.
Okay.
That's basically it.
So it's
So that's
always
basically
around the 9:30 opening. That's why you basically you want to be in the 9:30 move. Is this what you're saying?
Yeah, exactly. In
Yeah.
the 9:30 move, we wait for what to see what it does,
Mm-hmm.
and then we look for trading opportunities in the Nasdaq. That's basically what we do.
Okay.
And we only look at the markets for about an hour and a half. And
Mm-hmm.
sometimes the market is just choppy. You know, it goes
Yeah.
in ranges, and if it goes in ranges, then we just don't put any trades, and that's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah,
So it
so
depends.
just one comment for now, but I'm gonna react on what you said. But when the price ranges, this is often where you lose money. This is even professional traders lose money there. But this is just
Yeah, exactly.
this is the game, you know, because even if with your best model, sorry, you're not going to make money every day. So that's something, but we can talk about that part later. But I mean, you have a good idea. You know, there's nothing wrong with this idea. But I wanna know more about this. So do you go to the 15-second charts or the 1-minute chart, or is it only the 5-minute chart?
So the most we use is the 1 minute, just to look for, in this case, let's put this example right here.
Mm-hmm.
If the price goes up, if the 5 minute, because we do wait for the 5 minute to close above this purple level. That's
Mm-hmm.
what we would look for. If the 5 minute candle does not close above this, then
Mm-hmm.
we don't trade that.
Okay. And how long have you been doing this?
But after well, I've been using this. So the group that trades this system has been doing it for around 6 months.
Okay.
And with this system, you don't win every trade, of course,
Mm-hmm.
but except for like maybe 3 or 4 of those weeks,
Mm-hmm.
every week has been at least positive, +1 or +2% of the account at least.
Okay. Yeah.
Since about 6 months ago.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
are you saying it's working?
Yeah, I mean, so far, over time, the past 6 months of data have shown us that yes, the system is working, or seems to be.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Again, that's important because, for example, I always say that what I'm doing is not the only way. Yeah. So if you have a model
Yeah.
that works, do this. But most people that come to me, they say, "Hey, I learned something and it doesn't work," and then we try to explore: is it the model? Is it the psychology? But if this is what you're saying that it works, then obviously my advice would be to you to continue this. But it is different from what I'm doing. So we can later explore after the markets open. We can explore maybe what the differences are. But you said so the 5-minute candle closes above it. This is a confirmation, and then I interrupted you. What happens after that?
Yeah, so let's say the 5 minute candle closes above this level.
Mm-hmm.
What we do then is look for a retest at this level.
Okay.
Of support that it just broke. And if the price goes down and it starts struggling right around this area,
Mm-hmm.
boom, then we put the long. That's it. And we put a 20 or 25 pip stop loss, or 20 or 25 point stop loss.
Mm-hmm.
It depends. And it's always a 2 to 1 risk to reward.
Okay. And you said you try to get funded. Are you funded?
Not yet,
Mm-hmm.
because the evaluation I'm going through right now, I'm already at -2% because I put in one trade last week. I lost it, -1% of the account,
Mm-hmm.
and then I put one trade yesterday as well, and it was a loss as well. So
Okay.
that's -2%. And so today I am putting in half the risk. What happens? And that's the other thing with this model. We only put in one trade per day, and if it's a loss, then we just call it a day and come back the day after.
That's really good. That's one of my biggest advices. I always advise people to do one trade. So I think we're gonna explore. When we should be looking at the chart, like in like for example, now in 3 minutes the market's open. Do you have like your model ready? Is it the purple line above it? When it goes above it, it closes above it, and it retests. You're gonna enter here. Is that what you're going to do?
Yeah, most likely, yes.
Okay.
This is pretty much it. This is what I'm going to look for. And if it goes down, and it's the opposite, because if this is the level that well, though I'm not sure I would take this short, because the thing is that in our model, this short is very close to a 4-hour support zone, and it's just too risky.
Okay.
We try to only trade in the middle of the 4-hour support and resistance zones.
Okay. Yeah. Well, you know, again, I think you're doing a few things right. You know, you say I have a model. With the model, I have these hard rules. So, for example, you're saying I'm doing one trade a day. You're waiting for confirmation. You explained those things. And but I think we need to explore where it goes wrong, because you're saying we're doing this for 6 months. I've not been, I'm not funded yet. Yeah, maybe you have a question for me now, right? So you're doing a few of these things, and they don't seem to like get you where you want to go. So do you have like a question for me that you want me to answer, or do you want to make a remark about this?
Well, I guess I don't know if I have any like questions specifically, other than you know, I'm just wondering how you work, just because I just see the consistency of what you do, and I'm just like, the thing is, I don't even know how to explain it. It's I just really want to understand what you see in the charts, and how you're able to see trading opportunities. In, you know, and I know it's good to stick to one system if you have one that is, you know, that is working and all that stuff, and I'm aware of that. But I'm also like, I also want to look at.
Yeah, so maybe I think your question for now is, am I overlooking some things?
Yeah, maybe.
Because one of the questions I immediately had, I'm just gonna ask some questions, or maybe not, because the market is gonna open. Let's focus on. Is the market
just open?
It just opened, yeah.
Yep.
Let's just focus on the model first, and then we're gonna continue my my question.
For sure.
I'm going to go to futures, yeah, because I'm seeing you're trading CFDs, but I like to look at futures.
Yes, of course. Yeah, in my Ninja Trader account that I have right here, I'm also trading futures. I'm looking at the CFD chart. I'm not gonna put in any trades here. I'm gonna put the trades somewhere else, and it's gonna be futures.
Be careful, because CFDs sometimes they have different levels. So sometimes in CFD it makes a higher high, and in futures it makes a lower high. You know, so you have to be very careful with this.
Yeah. Okay. I'll have that in mind.
So, but let me go to my own charts. So I'm just going to give commentary here. So what I'm noticing here is that the price is just going down.
Yep.
It just keeps going down. So it's not saying, oh, I'm going to do this or that pattern and then go down. It's saying I'm going down. So there's no, it's not logical now to enter anywhere, because it's clearly saying I'm going to do something here, you know. So again, this is what I'm doing. This is what I'm thinking. So I want to share some thoughts that I have. and I'm just going to wait. Again, I don't trade 930. I have experience with this, but my experience is they're mostly losses. I like to wait.
Oh, really?
Yeah, if you have been watching my videos, I only trade the 4-hour open and close. That's what I'm doing. So I'm very
Oh, okay.
consistent at this. But I can also trade the open and close of the 1 hour or the 50 minutes. But I'm an old man now. I don't have any reason to do that. I just trade 1 or 2 hours, exactly like you're doing. And I think that's the best, because if you're sitting behind the charts, I think you can relate. You get tired, and then you're going to
Yes.
make mistakes and stuff like this. So I think you have a lot of good things in place.
That's good. It's good to hear. Thank you.
Let me see. Yeah, so let's wait for your model. I'm curious, I think it's interesting to learn from others as well.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, for now it's going down. It's not going to any of the levels that I'm interested in. I mean, let me see if putting a short. I mean, putting a short here. I don't know. I don't know about this. I don't. Yeah, it's gonna get to the 4-hour support level. I mean, I guess it could be fine, but I don't know. I mean,
Yeah, so
we'll see.
this is beautiful. This is what you're thinking, and you're speaking it as well. So I can hear what you're thinking, but this, in essence, you should not be doing this. So entering here, because it's not your model.
Entering where?
Sorry, what did you say?
So I should not be entering where exactly?
Yeah, because you were hesitating, right?
Oh, well, no. I was hesitating, but I was looking at my chart.
Yeah.
I was looking at my chart and I'm just like, I'm not sure if I'm gonna enter this one right here. Don't know yet. The one I've marked, the short I've marked right here. But
Yeah. But if this wasn't 930, for example, I would be long here. I would be, but it's 930, and 930, you never know what it is doing. Price can go up, then down, and then suddenly up. But if it wasn't 930, I think these are perfect conditions to go long here. That's what I would be thinking. But again, it's 930, and I don't trust 930. I'm honest with you. I've been trading and trying to trade the 930, being in these big moves. But I always, like years ago, I would get wrecked. But again, if it's not 930, I mean, these charts, they show, like if you go to gold, for example, if you go to my screen, let me show you. Oh,
yes,
shit.
I'm watching your screen.
Are you seeing my charts? Like 3 charts are open?
Yes, I am. Yeah.
When I DM'd you, right, I said the price is going to go long. That was here.
Yep.
And then you said, oh, it seems like the price wants to go down. And it did, one more time. It did one more time. And then eventually it went long. So what I'm saying, I'm not saying, look how good I am, I'm predicting this. No, if I think it's going to be at least 1 to 3, 1 to 4, I'm entering to do a 1-on-1. Because if I think the price is going to do 1 to 3, why should I be aiming for 1 to 3? Why not just aim 1-on-1? So because I'm increasing the probability by doing this.
Yes.
Yeah. But again, you were right. I would be stopped out here, one time, but then I would just enter again, Let's go back to NASDAQ, what NASDAQ is doing.
By the way, is this TradingView by any chance? What you're?
Yes. You are also using TradingView, right? Or?
Yeah. I am. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So I just changed the colors. I don't like the black colors. They give me a headache, and I changed the. You know what I mean? So I know this is personal, but. But let's say when I said I would go long here if it wasn't 930, so it would be here somewhere. I don't know, maybe here. If you look at the 1-on-1, this would have been easily a 1-on-1. You see the price going up here, and so this is more my kind of thinking. I'm not thinking. So when I say I think we're long, I'm thinking in my head the price is going to go here or maybe attack these highs, but I'm not going to aim for that. I'm just going to aim 1-on-1, and I'm going to be consistent, every day, 1-on-1, 1-on-1. And when I was in my prime, so when I was like doing this a lot of times, I would always aim 1 to 3, but you just get tired, it's difficult to have these these 1 to 3 risk to rewards. But if you're young, you don't have psychological issues, you feel good, you have a job, then you can do these things. But when you get older, you get married, you get kids, all the stuff, you're not gonna do that anymore. This is just experience. I'm not saying everyone is doing this, but and you see the price is going along. Again, I'm not saying now in hindsight, but it just shows, even if you look at the higher time frames, it just looks, everything looks long, so, but I'm going to explain this later to you, yeah? Because let's see if your model is, no, your model is not doing anything, man. It's hanging around.
Not doing anything. You see, like I'm waiting for the price to break above those levels or below the levels right below this, and it's not doing it. So I'm just like, well, I'm waiting.
Yeah, and then you get angry, right? And you get impatient, and then you just FOMO.
Yeah. It's just like, oh my, there's nothing here for me, at least of the system I'm trying to implement here.
Yeah. So what I would be doing now is not only look at this. So what I'm doing is I'm going to gold. I'm even going to Bitcoin. I'm looking at all these charts. I'm saying, am I seeing more here? Again, but I'm going to explain these things to you later. Let's see if let me see. Let's see if your model presents itself.
Yeah, I'm not seeing anything right now. It seems to be wanting to go up, but
yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's not moving as quickly as it normally does.
Is this, by the way, the only charts that you have open? Do you have like a subscription on TradingView? Can you open like 6 charts or 7 charts?
I know I can open 2. I have the S&P 500 right here because that's the other thing we look at. There's normally in general moves, there's some correlation between the S&P 500 and the Nasdaq, and if the S&P starts to go all the way down, it means that the Nasdaq is likely to follow.
Yeah. I personally don't subscribe to this, but I'm going to explain that to you later. But this is a common misconception because they see they see a positive correlation. There are some of these techniques they call smart money technique or something, that where one makes a higher high and the other makes a lower low, and therefore it's going to reverse. I can assure you this is nonsense. This is absolute nonsense, because often it does that and then it goes the other way. So it's not. I'm not looking at those things. This is experience. I'm not saying somebody said this to me and I tried to do his model. This is experience. I've seen this over the years. This correlation is fooling you. But,
wow.
Yeah, I'm sharing my experience. If you believe in this, do it. I'm not here to say don't do it. The only things that I firmly don't subscribe to are ICT stuff. I believe more in I believe more in retail than I believe in ICT.
Oh wow. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, ICT. I've heard ICT is all garbage, and I haven't looked at it, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, don't waste your time. And I sometimes I'm very firm on his methods, but this is because I get a lot of ICT students, and they're so convinced. And then when I ask them, but you're trading this for 2 years, why are you not profitable? You have to like question your own ego, maybe. But let's not talk about ICT. Let's talk about let's talk about what works.
How long have you been trading for?
I think maybe 12 years. But before that, I was more into just buying S&P, investment, those kinds of things.
Yeah.
And this is not my real job. I never talk about my real job. I want to show to you guys that you can do this besides your job. This is not, I'm some kind of guy who worked at the bank, or I have inside stuff, This is all nonsense. Don't believe those people. If you work, I know many people who work at the bank. They have no understanding of trading, and they don't even understand what's going on.
Oh, wow. Wow, interesting.
It's just, I think, I know a few traders, they're really good, and none of them have any experience in banking, or, they're just people with insight. They have qualities. I talk about them in my Discord. You have to have some qualities, like you have to have you have to be good in analysis. Because if you don't have this quality, then what are you trading on? Like what you're doing here, you're saying, I'm looking at some of these confluences, these resistance. I'm looking at the 4 hour. I'm waiting for the 5 minute candle to close. These kinds of things. So if you don't have this, there is no point in trading. This is why I'm always doing the first session for free, because I want to learn who you are, how you think, because otherwise it's just going to be a waste of money, and you're just going to give me your money for nothing.
Nothing.
Yeah. Let me see. How many minutes before the 2 minutes? So you're waiting for this candle to close above the purple line.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, that's what I'm looking for.
Okay.
So in the next 3 minutes, we just wait. And if it does, which it most likely will, by the looks of it, then we wait for the retest if it happens. If it continues going up nonstop, and yeah, I don't take any trades.
Okay. Do you have the 15-second charts, by the way, or not?
I don't think I do, to be honest with you. Let me see. 15 sec. Oh, I do have it. Yeah. Oh, second by second. Yeah. Yeah, I have the essential. I need the premium.
Okay.
Yeah. I only have the 1 minute.
Yeah.
The 1 minute is the one I have.
I put it in Discord. There was like a Black Friday deal. I don't know, maybe it's too expensive, but I think it was a really good deal. Like for 200 something, 250, you would have premium.
Oh yeah, and for the whole year?
Yeah, for a whole year. And it has the 15-second chart. I'm going to explain to you why the 15-second chart is really important. And I'm not going to say it's like a secret or something, but the 15-second charts, that's the best chart to trade. And I'm going to show it later to you.
Oh, wow. Interesting. Interesting. I do have it on Ninja Trader though.
Oh yeah, that's good. So that's not a problem. Yeah, that's good. Later on, I'm just going to show you some stuff, to inspire you to maybe look for other things as well, instead of just because having a model is one thing, but where you enter is more important. And I'm going to show you later. If you enter on the 15-second charts, the positive thing of this is that you're going to be in the trade very fast. And this is what we want. You want to be in the trade fast, Like if you go to my screen for a bit.
Yes, I'm seeing it.
When I said that, when we were in the call, I said if it was not 9:30, I would enter around these areas. And you see the 15-second chart. But on the 5-minute chart, you might not see something, you're not seeing something. Maybe these gaps that I'm not
so
using.
much information that I'm missing. Yeah.
Yeah. So and you have to wait. Like we're doing now. We're waiting, and then I'm not saying it's bad, but for example, I know my bad qualities are I'm impatient, so I'm not gonna look on the 5-minute chart. You know what I mean?
See, so it closed.
Yeah.
It just closed way above, but see, like it's so extended.
Yeah.
It's just like at this point, like if it keeps going up, then I don't trade it.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's it. And I mean, there's so many days that we have no trade days.
Yeah. Because of these kinds of things you're saying.
Exactly. Or the price keeps ranging in between two purple levels, for example, and it never does anything. And therefore we don't take any trading opportunities. Like last week, for example, last week we only took one trade in the whole week.
Yeah.
And it was a loss. So
Yeah, so and that's not necessarily a bad thing, because if you learn that it is a loss and you move on, that's really good, because from these kinds of things comes frustration, and then you're going to overtrade and you're going to say, you know what, I'm going to do another one and then another one. But I can imagine if you have to wait 5 days for a trade and being a loss, this is, yeah, this can give a, you know, like a sad feeling. So,
Yeah,
but we're going to fine tune your model. Yeah, this is nothing wrong, but we're just gonna wait 14 minutes. We're gonna wait 14 minutes,
yeah,
and maybe we're going to see something in my model. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. Exactly. And at least for now, this is what I'm seeing. I mean, so if I had to, holy hell, like if I don't know if I would maybe, I don't think so. Like there's this support level that was there before, but it was broken already. I just don't like it. I don't know.
So that's maybe this is. Let's talk about this. Why would you consider that a support level?
So I would consider that a resistance level, well, at this point right here, because it was tested these 2 times right here.
Okay.
And so if I extend it, then this happens.
But I can also argue, if you go to my chart,
Yep.
if I go to the 5-minute chart here,
Yep, sure.
let me see. Sorry, where was the, is this from yesterday? Monday, yes, Monday. That would be here somewhere? Here,
No, above.
Oh, here, yeah.
Yeah.
So you would say, let me see, where is the, because of this, right? So these,
Yeah, exactly.
but you could also argue the same for here, right?
Yeah, yeah, but it was broken.
Yeah. No, but the thing with this is, again, I don't let go of this because it's part of your model. But what I'm saying is, you can, with these things, you can also argue. So I can make a video now and say, yeah, but you're doing it wrong. You should have entered here for a short, you know, because they get broken here.
Yeah.
And I can then lie to you and say this is manipulation, and I can say, you know, I can say all these kinds of things, and then you're going to believe me. Yeah, and then you're going to believe me. It's going to go short. So you have to be careful when you say that this is a resistance or support. You can also argue here there is more resistance here. You can see
Yeah,
1,
exactly.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and
Many,
then
many times. Yeah.
exactly, and then you have manipulation, with this nonsense. But let's just use the word,
Yeah.
and the price goes down, and then you could have entered. Yeah. So just be careful. You're just, so when you look at the charts, keep this in mind. You know, I'm not saying what you're doing is good or bad, but just keep in mind that all these things, they matter before you enter.
Yeah.
Let me go to the 4-hour. Okay. Okay. So the purple line, where it is now, so the one that you just deleted, if you then would consider that to be support or resistance, why wouldn't you go short here?
Because the model that I trade is about breaking levels.
Okay.
It's about breaking levels and then retesting the levels. We're not trading bounces off of levels. That's not part of the model I trade. Therefore, I wouldn't take shorts there.
Okay.
Because that's not part of the strategy. Yeah.
Good. It's good. So you're following your rules. That's really good.
Yeah, I'm following the rules. Yeah, that's all I'm doing, honestly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, man. Let's. Okay.
So right here,
Mm-hmm.
it seems like it wants to go down, but the moment I see a struggle right here,
Mm-hmm.
I would probably go long. And the other thing that I didn't mention about the strategy is that the moment it goes up, it starts going up from here, if it does, once it gets to 50% or to 1-to-1 risk to reward, I move the stop loss to break even.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah,
that's good. So when we talk about risk management, you have something in place. You know, this is these are good things. You have a lot of good things. So I would not worry about risk management. Okay, so now it comes back. So you would enter here.
Probably. Let's see. It seems to be struggling. So,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going in. Yep, I went in. I put in the trade
Okay, on
right here.
on Ninja Trader.
Yes, on Ninja
Okay.
Trader. Yes.
Okay, man,
I
cool.
just put it in. Let's see what happens. I went long, and this is the risk to reward. So that's it. This is the model.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. And again, I'm putting in half the risk that I did yesterday and the
Yeah.
days before, because I've lost 2 trades already.
How
And
much?
so
How
I'm
much is
getting
that? How much is that in dollars or euros?
that is a $100,000 account.
Okay. 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 Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm putting in 12. I'm buying 12 contracts on the micro.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
I hope it works,
So
man.
the
I
stop
mean,
loss.
it is a solid model, and you're just following your rules. So let's see.
Yeah, I think so. Let's see what happens. It seems to be not liking it right now,
No, but
but
this is, you're doing something good that a lot of people don't have. When I talk to them, is that it does come here, you know. So you're saying what you're saying. There is some truth to it, yeah? But you're now trying to look. You might be overlooking something because that's the reason why you're not maybe not funded yet. But
yep,
if you
yep,
continue this path, I think you're going to perfect your model because everything you said has happened. So
yep,
that's a good
yeah,
sign. So don't let go of these concepts.
yeah, yeah. So yeah, I guess right now, um yeah, we just wait. It seems to be rejecting the
Yeah,
the levels, but again,
yeah,
so holy crap, yeah, okay, it might hit stop, and it stopped me. Okay,
yeah.
well, it is what it is.
Yeah, this is okay, man. This don't worry about this, and also don't get sad. But you are explaining something, so they're good. So you're not just saying random stuff, and I'm saying, oh, I'm gonna enter here, or I see a gap, or anything. But we need to understand like why the price is going down here, you know. But one
Yeah.
other thing I wanted to mention is that if you're looking at the 5 minute charts, it's going to be a bit different. So let's look at my chart, and let's look.
Okay, let me move back to Discord. Okay. I am okay. I'm watching it right
Yeah,
now.
so if you look at the look, so this was the place where it was doing this, right? But
Yes.
we did
Yes.
not see this on the 5 minute, you
Yeah.
know. And so these things are also, you don't want this. And when I say you don't want this, I'm not saying it's because you don't want it, but for your trade, you don't want the price to do this because then it's probably gonna go down, you know,
Okay.
when it's
Okay.
ranging. So you just observe this. Don't implement this immediately for your training, but observe this. When you're saying the price, I want to go long here, and then suddenly this happens, often the price is going to go the other, often, and not always, but just as a tip, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Exactly.
Let me go. Okay, let's switch. Okay, let's switch um, to my model. Okay, so.
Okay. Sure.
4 hours. I'm going to open the 4 hour candle here. It's almost
I
going to.
just show you my model live, and yeah, that's basically it. That's basically it.
Yeah, actually. And after looking at my model, we're going to look at your model again, and we're going to see how you maybe can implement some of my things in your model. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So I'm gonna now explain to you what I'm thinking. So the first thing that I'm noticing here on the 4 hour is I'm seeing this move suddenly, this sudden move going down here. Yeah. So
Yeah.
and I don't like this when I trade my model because now I'm saying, okay, the move has already happened. Is it gonna keep doing this or not? So this is what I'm thinking. So I'm just gonna wait for this candle to close, the 4 hour candle to close, and then
Yep.
I'm gonna
Yep.
try to look for an impulsive move to the upside or downside, and then I'm just going to look for an entry. That's the only thing I'm doing every time. Yeah, so we're
I
going
see.
to observe this. But again, like I don't want this. I don't like when the candle is almost closing, it's already making a move, like you're seeing here.
Yeah,
So it was
exactly.
like, so let's say 9:45. So I'm looking here at the time down here.
Mhm.
Suddenly this move is happening. So I don't like this. So this is there's a contradiction to my model. But this is not what I'm saying. This is what I'm thinking, so that you can have a understanding of what I do.
Yep, for sure.
And also I'm looking, let me show you my other chart. So I'm also looking at this. Are you seeing this?
Well, I see the Nasdaq, but
Are you seeing more charts now?
no, I'm just seeing the three Nasdaq charts. That's all I'm seeing.
Oh, wait. Um, can I change? Let me see. I think it's fixed to one chart only. But so what I have open here is the 5 minute, the 15 minute, the 30 minute, the 1 hour, the 4 hour, the 8 hour, 12 hour, and the daily. So I'm looking at all these
Okay.
charts, and I'm going to try
Okay.
to look for a move later. So I'm not. This is the thing. So people think that I'm now already knowing where the price is going. No, I'm waiting for the 4 hour candle to open, and I'm gonna wait for what the price is doing, and I'm doing it live. So I'm sitting behind it, not like those people who claim to be on their phones, being outside and saying, I was in a classroom and I did a trade. This is nonsense. So you have to be behind these charts. So I'm not only looking
Yes.
at the 15. I have normally, because you're looking at it, but normally I've also the weekly on here, on this chart.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So the weekly is here, the 1 minute 50 second, and then on my other monitor, the 5 minute, 15 minute, 30 minute, 1 hour, 4 hour, 8 hour, 12 hour in the daily. So I'm looking at all these charts. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, do you like think about bias? Are you like saying, I think the price is going to go here or there, or are you not looking at these things?
Not really, to be honest with you. In the model I trade, I not really. Like, maybe if the trend is like
Hmm.
way too clear on the 4 hour, then
Yeah,
maybe I will say, okay, so if it's clearly going up, then I will probably only look for longs.
yeah.
Um,
So, sorry to interrupt
but
you. I would, for example, go long here. Yeah, this is where I would go
yeah.
long. Why? Because I'm seeing this move suddenly around the 4 hour close. So it's almost
Oh, okay.
closing. This is where I would go long. But because you and I we
Right.
were talking, but sorry to interrupt you. But um, so this is what I'm doing. You see sudden move around the 4 hour candle, and you can just enter. And so if I entered here, and this is where sometimes I have debates with my students, is that I am not interested in the price going all the way here. I just want to scalp the one-on-one. So that would be here, here. So
Yep.
that would be here.
You would
So
have done it
yeah,
perfectly.
that would be a profitable thing. But some of my students, they say, no, I don't want that. I'm just gonna risk only a few dollars, and then I'm gonna do this. So and
Yeah.
you see, so I'm not thinking in terms of all these support and resistance. And this happens every day, and not every 4 hour, but when you have volume, these things happen. This thing happens a lot. So.
Yeah.
Um, Yes, I'm not joking. I'm not saying support resistance here, pattern here. This is what I'm doing. I'm just waiting. Look, the
Yeah.
4 hour candle open now, so you can also now look for something. You can see if there's going to be a down move. And
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
just to make a remark, about ICT again, you see how many gaps there are here. So which one are
Yep.
you?
Yep.
Which one
So
are you going?
many. So many.
Yeah, which one are you going to trade? It doesn't make any sense. So you can argue, okay, then maybe you're going to trade the 1 minute. No, you want to be in the trade. And like I said we're going to talk about the 15-second charts. This is why you want to look at the 15-second charts, because you want to enter the trade. You don't want to wait 5 minutes to a candle to close. You can do that. But then you have to have a different model. Then you're going to look at the 8 hour, 12 hour daily candles. I mean,
Yep.
think about this. If you look for a trade on the 4 hour, the most earliest that you can get in, you can even go to the 5-second charts, but you know, I don't encourage this, but just go to the 15-second charts. I have another video on my channel with another guy, you know, he also had some questions, and we did the same thing. We looked at the 4-hour channel and then enter a chart, sorry, 4-hour chart, and we entered on the 15-second chart. Because again, I'm going to turn this 1-minute chart in the 5-minute chart. So let me remove this. You know, it's really hard to say where I'm going to enter, and then you can mark this area and say, you know, yeah, because of these fair value gaps, which I don't believe in, and you can create all these theories and, you know, make yourself crazy. But yeah, again, I'm just sharing my experience. I would not look at the 5-minute chart. I personally would look at the 15-second chart. And again, I'm proving this. So boom, getting in, stop loss here, tight stop loss. Don't wait for gaps. Don't wait for anything. If it makes a sudden move, look, even if you would just risk $10 on your own account, look,
Yep.
and you say, you know what, enter, and I'm gonna drink some coffee or make dinner. You know what's wrong with these moves, man? Why are people arguing? They're always arguing with me with their models, and no, it needs this confirmation, that confirmation. Look at it going, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, you want to be in this trade, man.
Yeah,
This is what you want.
You want, yeah, you want to follow the movement. You want to follow the yeah.
Yeah, man. And again, if you want to learn this, then it's not going to be that thing that you're doing now. And I'm going to be honest with you. I get a lot of people who have a model, and mostly I have most of my students, and I have like 40 students. 38 of these people are ICT students, and it's really hard for them to get rid of all the ICT stuff to learn what I'm teaching here.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because they are now saying, oh, I'm waiting for the gap here. But look, the price is not going to come here, man. And it's like with your model, you're saying, I'm going to wait and wait and wait. And then you say, shit, man.
Yep.
Look, man, if you had a bigger stop loss, if you go to your chart, if you had a bigger stop loss, you would have been in the trade.
Yes, I would have.
You see?
That's so funny.
And maybe this is my best advice I'm going to give you. Instead of going in 9:30, do exactly what you're doing, but do it around the 4-hour candle, close and open.
Okay.
Try to do this, and with paper trading and not with your account. Go and experiment and see, what am I observing? What am I seeing? Because look, your ID wasn't even that bad, but for some reason it broke way under the purple line, but it does go up. So it means you're on the right track. You have something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
That makes sense.
Okay. So
that makes sense.
Do you have any more questions? Are there other things you want to know?
Oh man, like I just I'm gonna be completely honest with you. Like, I love the way you trade. That's all I can say.
Thank you, man.
The way you see price and the way you grab movements. What would you have gone long here, for example?
No, because if I would enter here, I would FOMO now, because I would say, because this was the move. For me, the move happens. You can enter here, but for example, if you go to my chart, where's my?
Yeah. I'm watching your chart.
Okay.
That's why I'm asking.
Yeah. So if I'm entering here, okay, fine, but then you have to put your stop loss below here.
Yep, exactly.
And what is the reason for this? If you're entering here, this is a hard rule. If you're saying the price is going to go up here, you're not going to put your stop loss here, because if you still think the price is going to attack this, then wait for the opportunity to go long when the price is here. But again, this is now way past 10 o'clock. Sorry, 10 a.m. So the 4-hour candle, and sorry, before I forget, don't forget that there is also news around 10 a.m. So don't forget about this. Yeah.
Yes.
So when the 4-hour candle opens, sometimes there is news. Okay, but what I wanted to say is that it doesn't make any sense to put your stop loss then here. Yep. Every time where you say the price is going to go up, it should not attack the low.
Right.
Yeah. So if you think the price is going to go down here, why are you entering here? You know, so this is a discussion I have with a lot of people. You know, so some of my students, they have a model, but their psychology and risk management is not in order, so they do these kinds of stuff. But again, you can go here, you can go long here, but you have to know the rules. But again, my advice is you want to be in this move, even if you trade only one-on-one, you know.
Yeah.
So that is it, you know.
Interesting. I love this. I love the way you do it. I love the way you analyze the charts and the way you grab movements.
Thank you, man. Again, I want to talk about you, you know, because I think, again, I want to help you with your cognitive state, you know, not only your risk management, but also your psychology. You're doing something good, but you only need to perfect this. And I think maybe time is an issue, or is something that you're overlooking. So just practice, you know, practice for 1 week, 2 weeks. By looking at this chart, at the charts, do exactly what you're doing, but try to look for the entry around the 4-hour candle close and opening.
It took my take profit now.
Yeah. Unlucky, man. Unlucky.
Yeah, unfortunate.
Again, don't get demoralized, because a lot of people then would say, "Oh, my model doesn't work." No, your model does work, but you have to like fine tune it. You know, I'm gonna explain something to you. This is what I explain to all my students: is in trading, there are 3 types of traders. Yeah, there's, let's say you have this model here, and you're saying, okay, the price comes here, and then it comes down, and I'm gonna enter here. Yeah. Because it comes in like discount, and then, oh shit, and then the price does this. So this is the first thing that can happen. The second thing that can happen is exactly the same move. So we're going long, and if you're going to go short, you're just going to reverse this. The second thing that happens is this. It's going to range here. And then it hits your stop loss. So that's the second thing that can happen. And the third thing that can happen is this. So again, same model, pop here, and then it does this. When it does this, it means you have no understanding of trading. You're just doing something. If it does this, don't worry. It means you're doing something good, but the markets just stopped you out. And this obviously is a trade. But if this happens, and this is what we're seeing here, let me go to your. This is basically what we're seeing here. Can you see my mouse on the screen?
Yes. No, I can't.
Okay, no. Sorry. Yeah. So, let me go to my chart. Sorry, I keep forgetting. You're only seeing this. And that's what we're seeing here on the 5-minute when we're. That's basically what you're seeing here. You barely get stopped out, right? So let's go to 15-second charts again. Yeah. And so what a lot of people then do is they're saying it doesn't work. But sometimes the market does this, you know. It just it F's you. It wants to but don't get demoralized. You have a good model, but you have to fine tune it. So now you know, maybe I'm entering too soon. Yeah. So maybe you're entering too soon. And again, your homework for now is do what you're doing. But try to look for the trade around the 4-hour candle. Look at this move, man. Look at this move. It opened here, only this small wick. Only this small wick. You know. Yeah. Okay, man. Yeah. You have more. Do you have more questions? Anything else you wanna?
I guess not for now. Yeah, I'm gonna try to maybe do a couple things to fine tune it and if I want to continue learning about what you do and stuff, I know what to do, and I will let you know.
Yeah, but my advice is, if you're sincere, about trading, this is really important. I have a lot of students. They come and sometimes I'm just I'm stopping the mentorship with them because it just becomes a waste of money for them. But if you're sincere and you do the things that I'm telling you, trust me, man, you're going to perfect your model. But you have to do your homework. So your homework is do what you did, implement time, try to look for the move around the 4-hour, and maybe you're going to be late for the entry. This could happen, but write it down for yourself. Write it down for yourself. You have to have a journal. You have to like say, okay, Monday I did what he said, but the price went without me. Tuesday I did the same, it went without me. Because then you can see, hey, wait a minute, if I'm going to wait for the 4-hour candle, it's going to be too late. But maybe you're going to write down Monday, Tuesday didn't work, and then Wednesday, Thursday, Friday you had 3 take profits.
Yeah.
You cannot know this if you're not writing this. This is how I perfected my model, writing it down. So in the beginning, I said I'm going to aim 1 to 20, 1 to 15, and I wrote everything. Yeah, like everything in an Excel sheet, like for months. And then I said, wait a minute, my model works best for one-on-one because the probability was around 75%, 80%. So write it down.
Yeah.
Write it down, and then you can say, hey, and also write down where the price is going, because then you know, hey, wait a minute, the probability of it going to 1 to 5 or 1 to 6 is very high. So I have something in my you know, you're onto something, you know, and this gives a good feeling. It gives confidence, you know. This is what you want.
Yeah.
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 Okay, man. Wait. Maybe it's going to go short here. Wait 1 moment. Maybe we could do a trade. Let me look at these. If you look, so what I'm looking at now at the 4-hour, so I'm looking at this candle here. This is also something, yeah? Observe candles, yeah? How far the candle that opens goes into the previous candle, yeah? Look, you see this? How much it goes in. You see this? How much it goes to the body. So this is also something that's happening a lot. So what I'm observing here is this candle here. That's why I said maybe we can go short. Wait. So I'm looking at this black candle. So I'm looking, and again, I don't really believe in this premium or discount, but in order to have language and that we can understand each other, I'm just going to call this premium because it is above the midpoint. But I'm hesitating because if the price would be a bit here, I would say, hey, I would definitely look for a shorter scalp. I'm not saying it's going to go here. But let's see what the price is doing here. And also when you have volume, so when we talk about markets opening, you can see the moves are really good. So there is risk to it because there are moves, but you don't need to aim for a lot. So for example, like we did here, even if we just, wait, now let me use this example. So let's say short, you see this move here, right? All these black candles, and you have a retracement, and you would enter maybe from the midpoint. Let's see. Yeah. So barely, it would barely hit 1-on-1. But just to give an example of, you know, what to look for and how high probabilities they are. You know, I would not enter here. That's not what I'm saying, but I just want to prove you that these 1-on-1, when there is a volume after 9:30, they happen a lot. So again, so the price is going to go up, I think. This is why I'm hesitating, but maybe around this area, you might look for a short. Might. But because you're new to this, what I'm explaining, I would ignore this. Yeah, I would just do what I told you. Your homework is do what you're doing and see if you can implement the 4-hour open and close. And that would be around 10 a.m. if there is no news. And if there is news before it, around 8:30, when it comes to NFP, CPI, and FOMC, be very careful. And my advice to you is only to paper trade, just to get experience. But I don't trade on those days. Yeah.
I see. Or a PMI, for example, that's another one.
PMI, exactly. Like those red folders, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah. So I do know that there's a couple names like CPI, PMI that people generally don't recommend to trade on.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, man. If you don't have any questions, you know, let me know, like in a week or 2 weeks how it's going, for me, getting in a call in like 10 minutes, 15 minutes for free, I don't mind those things, So just let me know, DM me, and just, tell me how it's going. And then I think I think you have something, man. I think you have the basics. I think I think 2025 is going to be a good year for your model.
Wow, thank you. I appreciate that a lot. I hope that's the case, of course. And we'll see. I'll try to look for opportunities at 10 a.m. Next week or this week, and we'll see what happens. But I'm definitely
let me know, and also journal them, and share this with your friends and anyone, if they're also doing what you're doing, just share it with them and help each other,
Yes.
Help each other. If you have a good friend or a best friend, or you have a partner or a brother who are also into trading, trust me, 4 eyes is better than 2. 6 eyes, 8 eyes is better than 2. Yeah. Okay, man.
Of course.
Okay, man. I wish you a good day, and hopefully
thank you so much.
You in
your time. This has been helpful, and if anything, I will be in touch, of course.
Yeah, man. No problem, man. Hey, have a good day, man. Bye bye.
You too. Thank you so much.
Bye bye. Okay, guys. Let's see if we can do a trade here on this move. And let's aim 1-on-1. Because often when you have these moves like this, and then the second time when it comes here, attacks this, then it is a higher probability that it will go down. And like we explained in the video, you can also just use the candles, the bodies of these candles. They're very big, to look for an entry. So meaning big, if it enters here around these areas, what do you want to call them, premium or discount? Sorry, that's not what I want. And the reason why I'm not really calling this, because this could also be premium, here in this area. And barely surviving here. Let me see, this is not 1-on-1. This is 1-on-1 here. This is exactly what I talked about when I draw these red lines. There are 3 things that can happen, You have an instant take profit. You have that the price is ranging, and then you get stopped out. And then you have the price just going immediately and wrecking your stop loss. So if it wrecks your stop loss, this means you don't have a good understanding, or you don't have the basics of trading, of doing an entry, But as you can see here, in this case, it does want to come down. And I'm going to close the charts because I have to go and eat. Guys, I hope you have enjoyed this session with, what was his name? With Tech. Wish you a good day, and hopefully to see you tomorrow, man. Bye-bye.